Welcome to Season 1 of the Dolphins franchise, and here we are in the wild card playoffs, and unfortunately, we did not make it. We finished last in the division, but 7-9, which is typically a third place record, so really competitive in the division this year. Even if the records weren't the highest overall, we still had a pretty good season, and in fact, we had two teams in the division that made the playoffs. The Buffalo Bills made it at 10-6, and where are they? The Patriots made it. It looked like they weren't going to make it with all their struggles this year. Tom Brady and co. got it together, and they made it with a 9-7 record. Not making it, falling just short, would be the New York Jets, and that's actually only because of us. Well, not really. So, yeah, 11th overall is their first selection, and it's going to be really interesting to see where they end up, as they have 4 first-round picks, and honestly, at this point, I don't know where they got them. So let's look at some stats and awards from the regular season, and I'm going to show you guys pretty much everything until the off-season point. We finished with 5,545 yards, which was last in the NFL or near last, and defensive yards, we were also near last. We scored like 370 points, though, so that's kind of insane. But we allowed 412 points, so the defense was definitely cancerous, and that really brought us down. But here, Cam Newton won MVP, and nowhere on here is Ryan Tannehill, sadly. Hoping he could win that. And Coach of the Year is going to be Mike McCoy. The Chargers finished with a 12-4 record, and Marvin Lewis's Bengals finished with a 12-4 record. So, 2 12-4 teams, and that was pretty much the highest that it went. We'll look at AFC. We don't really care about the NFC. I'll show you guys that anyways, though. But Offensive Player of the Year went to Tom Brady, and we are not anywhere on this list. Go into some stats. So Ryan Tannehill had himself a really inconsistent year at quarterback. He had way too many interceptions, but was tied for first in the league in touchdowns, and he was 5th in the league in yards. So he also had a completion percentage of 59, which is pretty bad. David Johnson, when he played, he was very stellar. A great player to have on our team, and I'm really excited we traded for him, and actually could trade for him. Just short of 1,000 yards. Fumbled 4 times, but that was with the Cardinals. That doesn't matter. Kenneth Dixon, though, he fumbled a little bit too often for us, I feel like. 3 times is a little bit much for not playing consistently, I feel like. Jay Ajayi had 1 good game, and that was about it. Kenyon Drake came in when he needed to. He actually had a long touchdown at some point. And Taliaferro had 7 carries. So, really, not a very good year in the backfield. But, hey, these guys combined for over 1,500 yards. So, I'm not complaining one bit. On the receiving end, it was Devontae Parker's year. An average 18.4 yards per reception. He was a deep threat this season. Just a really talented player, as you see. Just really good. Got injured there in the last game, but just a really good player. And if he can get his awareness up, he'll be a really high overall, even though overall doesn't really matter that much. 13 touchdowns, though. I'm going to bet that that's best in the league. That's Odell Beckham-like numbers right there. And other than that, our receiving core was really inconsistent. Jarvis Landry didn't play often, but when he did, he was okay. Probably our number 1 receiver still. And Kobe Listenby and Leonte Carew, when they were in, I really liked playing with them. I feel like they had pretty good seasons overall as rookies, and I feel like there's more production coming from them later. Then Rashad Jones having over 100 tackles, and Xavier Howard 78 tackles for a corner. Not sure if that's good or if that's bad, but a lot of tackles overall for this whole team. I mean, you'd assume so. They were on the field way too much. Ndamukong Suh had 16 tackles for a loss. That is insane. Jelani Jenkins had 15, 13, 9, 9. And sack-wise, we had 1 guy in the double digits. That was Cameron Wake with 10. Mario Williams had 9.5, 6.5 for Suh, 1.5 for Hassan Ridgeway. Kind of disappointed there, but it doesn't matter. Xavier Gooden had 1. This guy who didn't play very much had 1. Michael Pierce didn't play much, had 1. Aaron Wallace didn't play much, had 1. And then Shaq Thompson had half a sack with the Arizona Cardinals. So overall, a really good season for sacks, and we had a lot of pass rush this season, and we want to make sure this whole entire defensive core stays together, but There is not the defensive core. We want to make sure Ndamukong Suh stays there for sure because he's very, very freaking good, and I don't think anything's happening to him. But Cameron Wake will not be coming back next year, and I'm going to explain why in just a second. It's really complicated, but I want more talent. I want more young talent, and I want somebody in the draft. How do I explain this? If you've seen Arios's Cleveland Browns franchise, well, so I went on Twitter, right, and I say, show me Griffin DeLoach's NFL or NFL draft information, and he shows me, and I'm like, well, because I do my prospect previews by going back into the combine, and I saw Griffin DeLoach's combine, and I compared it to this guy. His name is DJ Patterson. I don't think that's right. DJ Patterson. We'll go with DJ Patterson. Okay, so DJ Patterson is like crazy. He's like a Griffin DeLoach clone. So think that, and I'm probably going to take him very early with that first pick. Patriots at Bills, Panthers at Lions, Steelers at Jags, and Giants at Seahawks. Let's see who win these first games. Okay, so the Patriots dominated Buffalo. So the division champions go down in the wild card round. Wow. Carolina beat Detroit 11-34. Cam Newton, the MVP there, stepping up. And the Giants lost to the Seahawks in the first round. Wow. And the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Jaguars. So it is going to be in the divisional round. Patriots at Bengals, who had a first round bye. Panthers at Redskins also had a first round bye, I believe. Yes. Steelers at Chargers. And Giants at Saints. Okay, so the Patriots got beat by the Bengals, sadly ending their run. I mean, not really rooting for a division, but who cares? Carolina and their magical season comes to the end. In Washington, the Steelers beat the Chargers in their home stadium, and then the Saints dominate the Giants. So it's going to be Steelers versus Bengals and Saints versus Redskins in the conference title, so we can have an interesting Super Bowl. Imagine if the Redskins face the Bengals. Interesting. And here's the guy. His name is... Where'd he go? Wait. No freaking way. Where is he? Patterson dropped? Super Bowl. The Washington Redskins beat the Bengals. Okay. So the Redskins and the Bengals, the matchup I had predicted. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see all